Hello. Well, I sure hope it's Wednesday, June 10th, because that's what I have on my paper here. Pastor Jim, Pastor Kathy, and I, co-pastors here at Christ Covenant Church in Harleysville. It's going to be really hot today, so let's get rolling. And I'm going to actually step in a little bit so I'm not quite in the sun. There we go. Hopefully that's all right. One of the great things about our Christian faith is we celebrate the use of our brain, logical thinking, consideration, pondering, all that kind of stuff. And today's devotional is good. That's what we're going to focus on. And I was thinking about this over the last couple days. This was printed a couple days ago, actually yesterday morning. I wonder if this would be a piece to do in Lent where we look introspectively. Or maybe it's perfect for right now in Pentecost as the wind begins to blow. The fresh wind, fresh thinking. Or maybe it's a Father's Day piece, which is, in a week and a half or so. This is written by retired Covenant pastor Willie Peterson. Willie is late 70s or early 80s. He's down in Texas. He's an African-American pastor, and he's a great guy. I really appreciate over the years. He really fights for the lower class and the lower middle class. Whether you're white or black or yellow or Hispanic, he's a real champion. He's a real deep thinker. So Willie wrote this. Abraham and David were not great fathers, but were good friends of God. That's the title. And we got to think here. He said, the simple reading of the Bible is the best guide for understanding the human experience. Read the human stories of the people about whom the Bible reports. How God was a friend with a racist Jewish prophet named Jonah. The prophet Jonah objected to God granting salvation to a country he considered the enemy of his country, Israel. The simple reading of the Bible reveals many odd things about God by observing the relationships God seeks out. In the birth announcement of Jesus, there are several non-Jewish women. Each woman has a sex scandal in her history. But the report of the sex scandal is designed to tell readers a lot about God, not about the women. Abraham was God's friend, and David was the man after God's own heart. No other two men in the Bible play roles in the salvation story as big as Abraham and David. But these men are horrible family men. Each was responsible for ruining lives of women, not their wives. Each were absolute failures as fathers. Yet God goes to extra lengths to have a relationship with each man. This insight from the simple reading of the Bible helps me to understand God's relationship with white Americans and all people of European descent. In modern times, no single ethnic group has contributed more good to mankind than people of European descent. And the exact same can be said of contributing more pain and suffering to mankind. Here the Bible comes alive for 21st century women and men. The God who hung out with Jonah, Abraham, and David has chosen to hang out with white folks. This insight tells us more about God than about white folks. Since God didn't dump Jonah, Abraham, or David, since he went out of his way to identify with women with sex scandals in their story. White people have a calling in God's salvation story. God will write the rest of this story, which remains about God himself. Not me, not you, or white folks. It's all about God. This just made me think, what's our role in the salvation story? We are imperfect people, all of us. And I find this to be a word of encouragement from Willie Peterson. And I hope it's a word of encouragement, maybe a word of challenge for you today as well. How is God using you, imperfect as you are, imperfect as I am, to be part of God's salvation story? I want to ask for some prayers for a few things, for a few people. As you know, a number of people are undergoing and have undergone surgical treatments, cancer treatments, and all the like. And I'm going to say a short prayer for all those people right now. So God, we pray today for Claude and Kathy Bevan. Claude's having a procedure today on Wednesday. We pray for Linda Zoika, Joe and Helen Kleiner, Pastor Kathy, Marilyn Rubencam, who will have cochlear implant surgery on Friday. We continue to pray for Karen Nuss's mom, Marilyn, as well. And God, we thank you for the opportunities you give us, as imperfect as we all are, as sinful as we all are, to be part of your salvation story for the whole world. Use us even in our imperfections, God, to bring about and to share and show the good news of Jesus with others. Help us to do that, God. We pray. Amen. A couple notes. We got youth group today at 4 o'clock. Keep us in your prayers. And if you got a youth, hey, we want to see them there on Zoom. The invite was sent out yesterday. There's a great movie that's out called Just Mercy. It's a story about Brian Stevenson and a group he runs. He founded called the Equal Justice Initiative. This movie is a great movie for these days in our time as a country. And here's the thing. This month in June, anyone can watch it free. Usually we bought it, but you can watch it on Amazon Prime or YouTube, all kinds of things. Go do this as a family. Watch us. We're actually going to have our youth group watch it, and then we're going to discuss it next Wednesday. But I'm encouraging you, each and every one of us, to read it and share this information with others. Go to this website, justmercyfilm.com. JUSTMERCYFILM.com. JustMercyFilm.com, and you can watch that movie free here in the month of June. Do it. Hey, it's free. It's great. And just note as well, we've got Biff on Friday morning at 6 o'clock. Men, if you want to join us for Brothers in Faith, do that. We're watching videos and discussing video teaching by Dr. Tony Evans, Reverend Dr. Tony Evans, a great, great preacher. And so, as I always say, I want you to have a great day. Be a blessing, and don't forget to receive a blessing from someone as well. Take care.